You're watching Biz Asia America, your link to Asia and beyond. I'm Michelle McCory. Colombia is gearing up for its presidential election on May 25th. Incumbent President Juan Manuel Santos has traded jabs with chief opponent Oscar Ivan Zuluaga. Santos has faced corruption allegations, while Zuluaga has been accused of hacking government email accounts. Colombia's peace process with the FARC rebel organization is a key issue in the heated election. Fighting has continued despite Santos's peace efforts, but FARC says it will halt the violence for election week. The civil war has dominated discussions. However, the polls indicate that Colombians care most about unemployment, healthcare, and crime. Now, the vote will determine whether the Colombians still want President Juan Manuel Santos and still support what his government stands for. While the economy has thrived under his rule, his struggles to get re-elected may mean the country is indeed ready for a change. Michelle Begue reports.
It has been a tense election environment in Colombia. While the economy expanded more than 4% last year and unemployment fell to its lowest levels since at least the year 2000, just weeks before the presidential elections, the country faces ongoing farmers and teacher strikes and a lagging Colombian industry.
I think there has been no incentive for the creation of the small and medium-sized businesses and the development of the medium to large businesses. The country is eliminating businesses and production and is replacing it with imports.
Under the presidency of Juan Manuel Santos, economic growth has been led by mining and energy, construction and services. In the latest election polls, Santos's main rival, Oscar Ivan Zuluaga, is seen gaining traction. But most analysts admit Zuluaga backs many of the same economic policies as Santos, including support for free trade agreements, a so-called fiscal rule which would restrict the government's ability to run deficits, and central bank independence. A lack of formal pre-election debates between the candidates has left many questions for voters.
The economy has been discussed, but each candidate focuses on the future, but they don't explain how they're going to achieve that future. So that's what's difficult when making the decisions.
In the past 4 years under President Santos's leadership, the country has seen frequent protests from coffee and rice growers and other agricultural groups as a strong peso currency and increased contraband erode the farmers' incomes. And as the government continues its peace talks in Cuba with the Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, or FARC rebels, Zuluaga says if elected, he would bring those negotiations to a swift end. Rafael Mejia, president of Colombia's Agricultural Society, believes if Colombia wants to see a successful end to peace talks, helping the rural sector rise out of poverty will be essential.
If the rural sector does not become a place where the poverty inequality gap is diminished, then the agricultural sector will prevent a peace process or any development project for the country from being complete.
No matter who comes out the winner this May 25th, it seems Colombians will have to wait until the heat of election season passes to know if the ideas of a better future turn into concrete policies. Michelle Begue, CCTV, Colombia.